Hi everyone! Today we're going to do compensation plan. So I'm going to review it first, go over it in detail, and then each individual member here is going to do their part and do it. So feel free to take notes. All of this was from Kathy Cooper's compensation plan. So you can, I'll repost the video. You can go back in, review that video, and just watch it a few times and you'll get it. I mean, you'll get it, but know it, be able to do it at any time, practice it, write it out on pieces of paper or whatever you have, napkins, whatever it is. Just nothing's going to scare you from going over this plan, verbally and written out. And it's a lot easier right now, but you're going to have to do both. So we're going to start off with daily. So the way that we get paid daily, by the way, the company just added another $5 million to the front. And I know, so we're up to $20 million on our front end, which is this. So it's a lot of money to grab, $20 million in commissions, just for us. All right. So daily, the way we get paid daily is when we share certain packs, such as a business builder, a president, and a pace setter. And whenever we share one of those packs, we'll get paid the specific commission amount from the PIB, the first portion, not the double, the first portion, the next business day. It shows up. All right, so it may not show up the next day, the next business day. So for a business builder, let's start with the pace setter, it's $50, president is $80, and a business builder is $150. So that's how you get daily pay on a regular basis. All right? Now, weekly, several ways you get paid weekly. We have our double PIBs. So whenever you share any of our packs, that's a 30-day system. So a regular 30-day, any one of these are really about it. 2 or more, and it doesn't matter if it's 2 of these or one of those and one of those or one of those and one of those, it doesn't matter. As long as it's 2 30-day systems in 1 week, which is Sunday, 9:01 p.m. to the following Sunday just before 9 p.m.
Our time?
Uh-huh. Our time. Sunday. Arizona time.
Hey, Steph, real quick.
Midnight.
What's
Yeah.
your Skype login? User account?
Oh, I think it's my normal.
Is it your?
The capital T.
Well, what's your account?
Well, it's under Stephanie Beebe. I was already connected. You're not connected anymore?
No.
I'm on video.
We don't want to blab it to the room.
It's my normal password. There you go,
Is
everybody.
Pace Center, is that $50?
Go ahead, my bank account.
Is that $50 up there at Pace Center?
Yep. Yep. So Pace Center normally pays $50, President's $80, Business Builder $150. Then when you do your double PIBs, that's obviously doubled. Now the second portion of this will come the following week, week and a half, whatever it comes out to be, because we're a week in arrears.
The double PIBs.
The double. And it may not be that Monday, that following Monday, it may be the next Monday.
Right.
Because we're a week. So then you would just double that. Yes, Ted?
I'm hungry.
Okay, Dad, I will have to help you, honey.
Dad, I'm hungry.
Just wait, Tyler, but Dad will help you. So double would be pace setter, then would give you, the pace setter would turn into 100, the presidents would turn into 160, and the business builder would turn into 300. So for an example, let's say you do a 30-day and a Prezi. You're then, in 1 week, you're then going to make $50 and $160. So $210 in commission from selling those particular 2 packs. As of 30 days, $25. Sean? No, okay. Okay, questions with that? No, everybody go with that? Okay.
So you said the 30 day is $25?
Correct. Okay, so that's one of our weekly. The other weekly is from our team cycles. Okay, that's where the company is looking for 900 BB. 600 points on one side and 300 BB on the other side. I'll erase this so it's not as confusing. Okay? So when we're building, we want to build all the way to the left, all the way to the right. We do not touch anything in the middle, right? So when you're building, many of you, I think all of you actually, will never see an open circle. You've got to hit your bottom left button or your bottom right button. Okay, so let me give you an example with this. If you were to, just gotta get rid of all that. I'm going to show you a couple examples. Really important to make sure your team understands this, all the brand new people. All right, so Marlene will just play with you. Okay, so you're starting to get a good team, which you do. And you're building all the way left, all the way right. And then all of a sudden you see this circle here, and let's see, you've got that circle there, and this circle there, and that circle there, and you're like, I don't like having these empty spaces. I'm going to put a name in there, and I'm going to sponsor the person there. Okay, because I know you've all thought about it. I know, you know.
It's confusing when you look at the tree.
Correct, and it'll say not
Yeah,
recommended
right.
or not to sponsor there, but still people don't get it. So the best thing you can do with your team is over and over and over, all the way to the left, all the way to the right. So let's just say this is Marlene. Can you tell me some people who you sponsor?
Val,
Right.
and Carol.
Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say your next person. Who's your next person?
It would be my husband Dan.
Dan. Okay, so let's say you don't like those empty spaces.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fill it in, and I'm going to make it look nice and filled and pretty. And you put Dan there. All right. You're supposed to build all the way left and all the way right. What if Valerie doesn't do anything?
Yeah.
Dan then,
He's hanging out there.
all by himself.
That's the inside leg that you talked about, right?
Yeah. And we don't know what people are going to do.
Yeah, right.
Right? But so we never want to put our personally sponsored in a position where nobody's going to take care of them.
Yeah.
Because you know you'll take care of them. If you put Dan
Right.
here, you're going to bring in someone else. Let's just say
Right.
Eric and Linda, and you can then keep sponsoring underneath them. So this is the number one important thing to make sure that nobody goes on the inside. All right, so what the company is looking for is 600 points on one side, 300 on the other. As soon as they have a match of that, they're going to give you a cycle. A cycle is $54.11. You can cycle up to 250 times in a week, and that is $27,000. Okay? Do that again. The next week, another 27,000, another 27, another 27. There's no limit to that. And there's no limit to your BB. Your BB goes as many people as you have. So BB, to back up a little bit, we have a point system. So every single product that is purchased anywhere in your downline has a point value attached to it. Anytime anyone purchases that product, all of that BB rolls up to every single person. As long as they're active, they get to retain those points.
About to sign yourself in, I can't get you in.
All right, okay.
For their own side, I guess.
Correct. Now the only way they get it is if they're active and if they have 300 points on the other side. Otherwise, it just gets stored from them. You know, like we have a gentleman in our business who's been there for 2 years. He didn't do anything.
And they're a consultant.
Active. Just active. They don't need to be a consultant for this.
To get paid though.
To get paid, they have to be a consultant. To retain their points,
They don't.
they just have to be
Yes,
active.
Just have to be active, yeah.
Absolutely. So we have a gentleman who for 2 years didn't share with anyone. He gained over 1 million points. All he needed to do was start bringing people in on this side, and he just cycled like crazy.
From the million points.
Because all of those points
He
were
had built
already
up.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can tell you every single person in this room has a large amount of points already. So you guys are very fortunate. So you just have to build, and you do want to have equal sides. So you have 600, 300, 600, 300, 600, 300, you know, however it works. But you really just get those points going. So what your job is to do, let's say we bring in Dan. Your most important thing that you can do for Dan is to build underneath him. More than training him, more than calling him and coaching him or anything else, he needs to see people coming in underneath him, and he wants to see the points. It's all that truly matters. If anyone's going to do this as a business, if anyone's going to do it for free credit or whatever their point is, they need to see that. Especially if you have numbers people, you want to specifically place your numbers people on the place where they're going to have the most points.
What's a
Okay,
numbers person?
someone who looks at numbers, someone who
Like
really
an accountant?
calculates it. Not necessarily, I was one of those people. Someone who gets excited about people underneath them, someone who gets excited about the points growing,
Okay.
someone who pays attention to that, someone who pays attention to details. Anything like that, you know, you can pick up on people like that. If that's them, you don't want to put them on a leg that's not moving much, because then they're going to get bored and they're not going to do anything. But if they see person after person after person coming in, be like, huh, there's something more to this than I was giving it credit for. Maybe I need to pay more attention. Maybe I need to bring someone in and start capitalizing on that. And you will have people not quit because they have so many points and so many people under them. So the best way to retain people is to get points underneath them. Without a doubt. Any questions on that? Okay. All right. Any other weekly pay?
But yes, I guess I have a question.
Yeah.
So you should always alternate between each leg.
Yeah, you know, it's really a personal
Okay.
choice on how that works. Everyone kind of has
Because one might
their...
be stronger than the other. so
Right.
I guess you.
It's really, it really truly is something not to think about too much, really, because you can drive yourself crazy. And the people you expect to do a lot may not, and the ones that you don't expect to do much do a lot. So it's really hard to say for
Yeah.
sure where to place people. So if you just go back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, fantastic. However, you know, I was in a situation where this leg just took off like crazy. So I put some nice, stable, solid people, Lisa Victoria are two of them, over here. And from what I could see, everything was generating so fast over here that I didn't have to worry about building underneath them. Everyone else was doing that. I needed to keep them stable and secure and have my 5 consultants, of course. But really, truly, I concentrated over here because they had all kinds of craziness going over here that didn't have to come from me. I knew over on this side, I was going to have to be one of the main people to build over there. And now it's not that way. Now it's multiple people building, and those points have really started to add up. So for me to cycle, I only need 300 points. I don't have to build the 600.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because it's that way on mine.
Right,
My left side is way.
Yeah, me.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
a lot
Amazing.
of us have a side like that.
Yeah.
Mine is my right side where it's just
Yeah.
whoa.
Dang, you go
Yeah.
like, holy cow.
So I'm just building.
You never have to worry about that.
Yeah.
As long as you have your solids on both sides.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Your
if you don't, solid people, so.
Salads?
Solid. Solid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Put your head away from the vegetables for a little bit.
Come on, Victoria.
She's hungry.
So, Judy, we are freaks a little bit, but we have fun. So as long as they're solid, they're active, you never have to worry about them. However, you're not going to get to Crystal Executive if you only have 1 or 2 people over here.
Right.
So you really have to build. But in the beginning, that's kind of how a lot of people do it. They get one really great person over here, and then they build on their weaker side, and they just build like crazy. Then they come back, and then they might start going left, right, left, right, left, right. Really do it however you want. I have a little bit of strategy on how I did it. Greta has her strategy. It's really kind of whatever you want. Greta likes to go back, forth, back, forth, back, forth.
Yeah, no, you're supposed to.
Yeah, what I did is I looked for the people who I knew were really interested in the large numbers. And I put them on the left. Anyone that I thought was just strictly product users and may not truly turn it into too much of a business, I put on my right. Now it's equal on both sides. Yes, please.
Interesting.
Oh no, I wasn't questioning. I was raising my hand saying, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's see, anything else about that? Because that's a main thing to really understand the team cycles. And this is where people get confused. And Judy, if you have any questions, please, please, please ask. Is she there?
Any questions? You still there?
Nope, did we lose her?
She's no longer here.
I should just be able to, you could just sign me in with Facebook.
She's not on there anymore.
Oh,
I lost her.
All right.
I don't know how long she's been gone.
She's been quiet for a while. I'll try and sign
Is
in.
Judy not local?
No.
She lives in Maryland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a little far.
She's one that you just enrolled, or?
Yeah, she's one of my friends back home.
Okay, Brad, I just signed into Facebook, through Facebook for Skype. Sorry guys, pause.
Do you want me to?
We're coming back. Should be able to get in here.
You're not typing.
Oh,
Not
look at
available.
that.
She's probably her.
Okay. Do it right now. Okay, so that's a weekly. Any other weekly?
No, I think that covers it, doesn't it?
Anyone know? Is there any other weekly?
When you sign.
No.
No, no, that's the same thing. Never mind.
You're talking about like if you sign up 5 in 1 week, getting the ages and just with product B?
No, not necessarily. So anything
Yeah,
else
she's
that's
taking
weekly?
it right
So
now.
let's look monthly.
I have you on speaker.
no, there's not.
I have you on speaker.
I was gonna say, I thought we covered it. I thought you were saying like it was a trick question.
Get it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Monthly.
all right, so monthly. So monthly, we have several different things. Monthly, we have our leadership pools.
Can you hear?
Okay, so this is for anyone that's
Judy.
director or above, director and
Can
executive.
you hear?
You receive a share or a certain amount of shares every single month that you have so many cycles, so many shares go into the pool. There's about $4 million of money in the leadership pools, and they all get divided between the directors that are in there and then the executives that are in there. And you receive that. Lisa, you've been receiving director pool money. How much have you gotten?
Yeah, that's not clear enough for us, Kathleen.
Well, the first
Okay.
time I got $500 that I just didn't even know I
Okay,
was getting.
she is taking it.
As
I'll
a,
have to,
as a
her husband's been trying to get
$500.
Right,
Skype
right,
or
$500.
Facebook or anything to
Nice.
work, and it's not.
$500. So I think a director goes up to $2,500. It's maxed out at a $2,500 for the month.
Yeah.
And you
But she
have
said to definitely
3 months to do that,
figures.
correct? And then for executive, it maxes out at $5,000 for the month. And this is just as the bonus. And you have 6 months. So once you hit director, you want to run as fast as you can and really get your cycles up there to get that $2,500 max. Once you get to executive, you want to run as fast as you can to get all the cycles and the shares available to you to get the $5,000. I received it for 2 months in a row. And that's when my paychecks, which they're there again now, but during that time period were 10 and 11,000. 5,000 coming from that, all the other cycle money, the pools, everything else that was happening.
Okay, Judy does have a question.
Yes.
Time constraints.
Uh-huh.
Is there,
Okay, so rank advancement.
she's gonna talk about time constraints.
So let's go into rank advancements. Let's just take the whole board for that.
So is this separate from talking about the monthly?
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
you can really kind of categorize it in the monthly, however, it is a little bit different.
Okay.
But rank advancements, you want to get to know the crystal challenge. And study that. If you go into contests and promotions, there's a flyer,
Okay.
and it'll be crystal challenge. So our first step when we join
Okay.
is to become an associate.
Okay, bye.
That's who everybody is. All right, the second, all you just have to be active to be an associate. The next step is consultant, and that's when you have 2 people underneath you. One on the left, one on the right, everybody's active with 100 BB. Now you make a $50 bonus. Okay? Then the next step is manager. And that's when you do this 6 times. So you have 6 consultants, 6 people who have 2 friends. And when you do that within 30 days of enrolling, you make $250 bonus.
What if you're past your 30 days?
Then you don't get it. You get the title of manager.
Okay.
Are we in?
You're in, but you don't have her in there. You have 2 accounts, realize, so you probably sent her in the wrong. You have Steph Beebe,
okay.
and you have the Yahoo one. This
Okay.
is the
Okay.
other one.
Do you want to try and find her and call her?
I don't know how to use it. How do you find her?
Then we have director. I'm sorry, manager's only 2. Did I say 6?
You said 6.
Manager's 2.
Yeah, so, okay, so it's 2 times.
Sorry.
within 30 days.
2 times. Director is 6.
Yeah.
Now when you do this, when you become director and you have 6 consultants, and you do this within 90 days, you get a bonus of $750. Which, Marlene, you came into play for Greta with manager, Crystal manager and Crystal director. All right, the next step and the last step is executive. When you have 10 consultants, 10 people who bring in 2 friends within a 6-month period of the date that you started, you make a bonus of $1,000. Most people, when they hit Crystal Director, usually have a weekly check of about $2,000 to $2,500, from what I've noticed. Because you're also receiving your double PIBs and your BBs, your team cycles, and then you also receive $100 for every consultant that you help develop, up to 20 consultants. This is how you really get your checks to add up. The rank advancements, the consultants, and the double PIBs.
So when you pay consultants, you get $100 each time.
Correct.
Up to how many? Up to 20.
20.
Now, there's a little bit of a placement situation. So as an associate, you don't have anyone yet, or you may have one or something like that. As a consultant, you must have 1 active on your left, 1 active on your right. Do we have her? Hi, Judy! Hello! Wow, that took a lot of work. I'm glad we're together. Hello.
And this is Stacy.
Hi, Stacy. Nice to meet you. Great, fantastic.
Yeah, just keep on going.
Okay, great. So stop us if you have any questions. All right, so when you become consultant, you must have an active person on your left, an active person on the right, and you must be active. So let's say, and this happens, it's not extremely common, but let's say someone comes into the business, then they drop out for whatever reason, they're not active, but they have 2 active people underneath them, or they enroll someone. Your sister did this. Hi, Kelly. And let's say that happens. What's going to happen to that person? Does anyone know?
Well, they don't get paid.
They don't get paid.
Yeah, that's happening to my sister right now.
Okay. So, yeah, you don't get paid. You need to be on top of this and help your team
It's happening to
members.
both of my sisters, actually.
Okay. Come on, Debbie. Come on, Kelly. Make sure they're active. 100 BV, and then they'll get paid. And they, in this situation, they would get their rank advancement bonus of $50. Most likely, there's going to be some PIB bonuses in there, and most likely, there's going to be a cycle in there.
They get the rank advancement of $50 for...
This is for consultant.
Okay, right.
Okay. So let's see, what other situations can we run across? There's always different situations.
So they can become active again and get
Yeah.
what's built up.
All they need to do is become active before the second one becomes active. But let's just say they're not active and this person's already been around for a long time, and then this person decides, they could even just go to their website and sign up. I mean, things happen.
Yeah.
So, and then they're not active, then they lost out. However, if they activate the night before that person comes in, they're fine. Now let's talk active just real fast.
So when people keep going in and inactive and active and inactive, they keep not holding their status. They lose their BV.
Yeah. So active and an auto ship. Let's talk about both of those situations. Being active is 100 BV, not 99, not 98.
93.
Check your points. We have that situation going on in a couple people right now. Stop that. 100 BV. And when you are active, you get to retain all of the team volume that the team has brought in. You don't have to use it, it can just get stored. But if you go more than 30 days without being active, they give you a 5-day grace period. Everyone needs to know their own numbers. And as leaders, we need to know our personally enrolled. As leaders, we are not really going to see our non-personally enrolls. But your consultants will show up in red if one of their team members are not active.
And we'll show you.
So it may not be a consultant, it will be one of their people.
Right, so you have to click on that consultant's name and you look at the consultant's activity, and then you look at their team members, and they won't show up in red. You have to look. You have to look at the dates, and you have to calculate it. And if it's within a 5-day period, there's enough time to save them. Someone, preferably them, puts in a 100 BV order, and everybody's fine. If it goes later than that, the consultant who had the inactive status loses our consultant status. Lovely, not right now. Loses our consultant status. Now when you're a consultant, you get to be paid all your BV. So as your people are bringing stuff in, let's just say you have 50,000 points over here, and you've got 700 points over here, that will sit there until you get back to your consultant status. As soon as you get back to that, bam, you're in. Now, during that time period, I'm going to go into a lot of detail, but that's what this is for, so everybody really understands all of this. So, Judy, Stacy, if you guys have questions, if we're over your head or anything, because it's a lot of new terminology, just stop me. Let's say, for an example, where was I going to go with this? All right, so let's say someone is not active, the consultant is, and one of their people are, but this one is not. They'll store their points for this person, and respectively. And then they will start giving them anything over 100 BV that they have ordered for that month, then turns into personal volume, PV. So when people have PV, and they become consultant, the company will then take their PV numbers and they'll add it to their weaker leg, so then they can cycle. Let me show you an example. You guys want an example of that?
And isn't that why we want to keep our 29 days instead of 30 days?
Yeah, so good point, Lisa. So when we set our auto ship for 29 days, the company will take anything we order over 100 points and turn the rest of that into personal volume. So then you would have 50 points to go towards your business volume once you become a consultant or an active consultant. If you're 30 days or more, you don't receive any of that. Right. So you want to set auto ships to 29 days or less, because you get more points. So let's do a little example here. And let's just say, I'm going to make up names. Mary has people. Mary has Julie and Sherry and X and Y and all kinds of TYS, all kinds of different people over here. And she's got, let's say, 50,000 points. But however, Julie's over here, and she's the only one, and Julie decided she was going to order 26 points or not order anything or 99 points or whatever it is. Something under 100, bless you. Mary is no longer a consultant. So now Mary orders a lot. Maybe Mary orders 300 BB every month of her own. The company's going to take 200 of that and turn it into personal volume. They're always going to take 100 because that's what we have to be active. And you get the team volume, which she's still accumulating. They're going to take anything extra and they're going to attach it to this other side. So let's say that goes on for a couple months and Mary generates 1,200 PV. Over a couple months, a few months. All right, maybe Mary has a couple of other people. They're not necessarily active, but they're bringing in some points. Let's just say 600. So now she has 1,800 points, but nobody over here is active. So these points are just going to sit there and hang out until this person somewhere over here becomes active. So once Mary becomes active right away, she's going to cycle 6 times $54.11 immediately.
Because
Because
she's
she's
got
that
build
buildup.
volume.
What if she signs somebody under those inactive people?
Sure.
Oh.
Yep, absolutely. Someone new comes in,
Yeah, so they're active,
yep, she's good.
and then she gets all that.
Yep.
How do you know it's 600 points?
Oh,
That's right.
I just took the 300 that we need divided by 1,800. And it gave her 6 cycles.
Oh, 1,800 divided by 300.
1,800, right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah. So you want to watch your team. If anything like this is starting to happen, I always let my team members know if they're sponsoring but they're not consultants yet, or maybe they're inactive consultants. It's like, look, you've got $400 or $500 sitting here on the plate. I've got one girl who's got $1,000 just sitting there.
And so if she were to,
As soon as she sponsors an active person over there, an associate, because she's got preferred members going on, as soon as she has her associate, she's good. She'll be one star.
Yeah,
gonna make one star.
Geez Louise.
Mm-hmm. Okay, questions for that? Judy, Stacy?
Oh, we have a ton, yeah.
It's like, we're making
You want to
notes.
throw them out there?
So I get the bonus
Okay.
thing when you have one person and 2 underneath you.
Yeah.
But like all the points, like where's the money come from? All these points.
Okay.
That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, so it's we have a point system. So every single one of our products has a certain amount of points attached to it.
Yeah,
And
I
when
got that.
anyone purchases anywhere in your downline, the points are attached. And as long as your people are active, they receive all of those points. Now, they don't necessarily make money on that. As long as they're active and they have consultant status, they'll make money from that. Otherwise, the points either bypass them because they're not active, or if they don't have enough cycle money, it gets retained until they do.
Okay, so how much money do you make off of those points?
$54.11 per cycle, and it takes 900 points to make a cycle. You need 600 on one side, 300 on the other.
and it says it on in your back office.
Yeah, if you look in your back office,
Is everybody different?
So,
Some people need
but-
600 on the right, some
It
on
doesn't-
yeah, it
So
just,
it just kind
it
of
can
tells you
flip
what
flop.
you
Yeah, it doesn't
need.
matter.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
but if you look in your back office,
Interesting.
on your home page, it will tell you how many points you have and how many points you need for your next cycle.
Okay.
Okay? And so a lot of us, anytime we're going to order something extra, like I would never order 300 points under myself. I'm going to go to my lowest person that I have personally sponsored, and I'm going to take, let's just say it is 300, and I would probably go over here, and I would give this person an extra order of 300 points.
Meaning place an order under that.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it's good to know, and I am videotaping this one, but it is good to know how to get into your people's accounts so that you can just quickly place orders. Because there will be moments where you have extra orders from other people or other team members who don't care, or yourself or whatever, and you want to give it to someone who cares.
And everybody up from their benefits.
Will benefit.
Yeah.
Right,
So that's why I don't want to give it to Julie.
because she's not active.
She's not active. And really, truly, if you're not going to make yourself active and you're telling me you want to do this as a business, you're not. I'm not going to go out of my way to help you. I'm going to go out of my way to help the person who is doing something. And so with, let's just say T over here is working their butt off. Maybe they're not doing great, but they're working really hard. They're putting forth effort. They're coming to meetings. They're making phone calls. You know, all the things that matter. But maybe they don't have enough money to make themselves active, and I have an extra order. I'll give it to them. And especially if they're on the lower bottom of the tree. Great, because then every person benefits all the way up. All the way up. That make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, good. More girls? Other questions? You girls on the computer.
A coach here.
Okay.
His husband's here explaining how this works.
Okay, great. All right, let's see. So let's talk bonuses again. So this would go under monthly, although it's kind of like one of those extra ones. More rank advancement bonuses. Did you guys get to hear the crystal bonuses? Excellent, okay, great. So when you hit 1 star, and you have to be executive in order to hit these bonuses. If you're not executive, then it doesn't start. Your clock doesn't start ticking, you don't receive the bonus until this happens, and so on. So you don't have to stress about it. But once you are executive, everything starts. And when you hit 1 star, the company will give you an extra bonus of $1,000. So most people that hit executive usually hit 1 star at the same time. So you've got the executive bonus of $1,000 and the $1,000 1 star, and then your PIBs and all that stuff is really going on. Did my babysitter leave? Does anyone know?
What is 1 star? I have a feeling she's back there with Cooper.
Maybe Ellen too. We don't need to be.
I know your husband's outside with somebody.
Oh, he's asleep. Hey, Brad. Brad, can you release Sophia? Oh, she's got. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. What they do though, just so you guys know, is they break it down to 500 and 500. So the first time you hit it, you get 500. The second time you hit it, you get 500. You don't get $1,000 the first time. As soon as you hit 2 star, oh, you need 10 cycles per week. The first time you get 10 cycles as an executive, you get that bonus.
So 1 star means 10 cycles.
1 star
okay.
means 10 cycles.
Okay.
Now you want to keep hitting it every week because that's how you get in the leadership pools. But if you don't, you don't. However, we work hard on that. 2 star is 20 cycles. And again, in order to keep that rank, 20 cycles per week. But once you hit a rank, you'll always get the recognition for that. You just may not get paid for the rank.
But I'm going.
Right, right. So that can kind of go up and down. So 2 star is 2,000. And again, first time you hit 20 cycles, you get $1,000 bonus. Second time you hit 20 cycles, you get a second $1,000 bonus.
So the goal is they really want to see you do it
Consistently.
in consecutive weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, this gets into our more advanced training on the leadership, but when you hit the 1 star, that's when you have 6 months to go crazy and be a part of the leadership bonus pools. When you hit 2 star, you have 3 months. So it's kind of 3, 6, 3. Kind of remember that. When you get there, we'll talk about this a little bit more. And then when you hit 3 star, does anyone know how many cycles you have to get 3 star?
30, right?
No,
No, it's so weird.
It's 40.
It's 40.
40 cycles, you get 1,500 your first time and 1,500 the second time. There is no bonus for 4, 5, or 6 star.
Right.
So your bonuses, and as far as that goes, ends there. But once you hit 4-star, 5-star, and 6-star, and so on, that's when your cycles are really going crazy. And once you hit, it's roughly 6-star, you'll probably bring in the 250 cycles, which is $27,000 from the cycles, and this is again per week. That's your $27,000. Now what they let you do is they let you max out your center. So when you hit 250 cycles, you get to start a whole new center. Would you guys like me to talk about that or wait till later?
You can wait till later.
Okay.
I'm really overwhelmed.
Yeah, let's
Right.
wait till later.
So
Sorry, really quick, can you repeat, for 250 cycles, it's what, how much?
27,000.
Thank you.
So annually, and Victoria, I'll break it down so it's much easier, but I want you guys to know all the little things that can go good, bad, mediocre, whatever. I want you to know all those little tiny details.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, but we'll go over it again so it's bam, 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 bam for you, so you get it. So annually, we have a couple things. We have our holiday bonus, which is when you have, it's not manager, right? Does manager get holiday bonus? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so manager or above, yeah, that's right. Manager or above, you get a certain amount of shares at the end of the year, usually right around December 3rd, and you'll get to pay out. I'm already, I think I told you guys, I was already at like $2,400 and halfway through. So if everything well actually I'm executive, if everything continues as is, you know, I don't know, I could be looking at $8,400 as a bonus for my holiday presents.
It's not too shabby.
Not too shabby. Yeah, I mean, what company gives almost $10,000 as a holiday bonus? Yay, cool.
Not even my boss right now.
All right, am I missing anything else? Do you even have my notes? What's on that piece of paper? I was gonna see, oh, here it is. Okay, questions from anyone? I'll do it.
A simple question from the Marylanders.
Yep, got it.
So one cycle, to simplify it, would it be an active consultant who has like 600 on one side, 300 on another side?
Yep, that's correct. Yeah, so this is what you really want to understand is the team bonus, the cycles. And so you have, let's just say this is you, Judy. Judy brings in Stacy. Who else are you bringing in?
Jordan.
Jordan? That's right. Okay. Stacy's active, Jordan's active, you're active. Everybody has 100 points or more for the month, then it's every 29 days or 30 days. Then you become consultant. You get the $50 for bonus. Kathleen makes a $100 bonus because she helped you become consultant. So for up to 20 consultants, you make an extra $100. So all those bonuses that we talked about with the crystal, manager, director, executive, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, and the $100 bonus, it all comes out to $10,500 if you hit those bonuses. I did, many other people are, very achievable.
So are Stacy and Jordan also making money?
Yeah, so,
But remember,
well, Stacy and Jordan have to work.
No free rides.
Stacy, have you brought anyone in yet? I looked at your guys' tree last night. I don't remember.
She's on. Not yet.
Okay, so who are you going to bring in, Stacy?
Me.
Okay, and who else?
Jessica.
Okay, so we haven't brought them in yet. So right now, no. Okay, as soon as you bring in Amy, what do you think Amy's going to come in with? What kind of pack?
30 day.
Okay, 30-day pays out $25. Are you going to bring Amy in and Jessica in the same week, Sunday to Sunday? Excellent. So this now became $50, and you had a second one, so you just made $100. You also have 164 BV, but you have more team members going on underneath you as you and Kathleen and Judy and everybody start building. So this BV then, hopefully, starts jumping up and up and up and up. Your job is to keep that going and continue to help the team so that this BV goes up, but also to keep bringing in people over here. Then you'll start making the team bonuses. Now we want to help Amy and we want to help Jordan become consultant. They make $50 for becoming a consultant. You would make $100 for becoming a consultant. Judy then has all this BV happening. She has you as a secure consultant, which helps her to get closer to different rank advancements. So everybody just keeps building and building and building, but getting more solid and solid. And the way that you increase your income is through the business volume, the cycles. Oh, and as a leader, once you hit executive, you have what we call executive match, where you make 10% on all of your people that are your personally enrolled. And you